My bad. I didn't know my mic was muted. My bad. So my wife just let me know my mic was muted, but I'm sure you can hear me now. All right. So again, I'm not going to repeat everything I just said. We have a special guest. I'm glad that she is back. Her hiatus isn't over, and she is returning to the Smell Good family. And we're going to have a great conversation tonight. Cologne fragrances, so many different conversations, peeling back the layers, so to speak. Me and Miss Heather are going to attempt to do so tonight. But before we get started with that, we're going to hit the chat. Everybody, let me know what you're sending today, what you rocking. We're going to bring Miss Heather in about 7:15, and let's see what your sense of the day. Me, in honor of the event of the stream, I am going one with one I haven't worn in a while. From the house of Alexandria Fragrances, we went with Brazilla Privé. Brazilla Privé. All right, now this is, let's get that in focus now. Can we get it in focus? Will you want to be in focus? Now are you in focus? There we go. So Brazilla Privé from Alexandria Fragrances. This is a smoky batch version of Creed Aventus. It's really, really good, man. And I hate to say this, but I'm being honest, but I almost forgot about it because, you know, I have a lot of fragrances. But this is challenging the limited edition from Armaf that I have from the Club de Nuit line. Now, this is a little bit more expensive, but I'm a huge fan of the Aventus DNA no matter what. All right, top 3 in my entire collection. But this is a really good one. It has macerated really beautifully over the past year or so since I've had it. But smoky, not fruity. Really good stuff, man. So my scent of the day from the house of Alexandria Fragrances, we have Brazilla Privé. Brazilla Privé. All right. All right, let's go ahead and go to the chat because, my God, y'all are in here for sure. Y'all are in here for sure. I am super behind already. My God. All right, let's get caught up as quick as we can because we're bringing Miss Heather on at 7:15 no matter what. So here we go. Stella was in here at 2:23 showing love. Appreciate you, Stella, man. He said, this is going to be fire. I appreciate you, bro. Getting gems in the chat. This should be very interesting. Every time Heather is on, it's interesting for sure. I got Lavelle in the house. Good. God bless Smell Good family. My fragrance of the day was John Barbados Vintage. Man, you're smelling great. That is so underrated and underappreciated in Fragcom. A beautiful vintage barbershop style fragrance, man. Johnny B Vintage. I'll have it in my collection forever. It is spectacular for sure. We got my girl Morgan in here. My mom. Yes, your mom is on tonight for sure. Shout out to my girl Morgan for sure. Miss Heather dropping the line. Get on board. The train is in the station for sure. For sure. All these comments was before the stream started, so I appreciate y'all for sure. Joel in the house. Wayne Shapard, Cedar, Malachi, excuse me. Showing Miss Heather some love. Drop roses and flowers in the chat for Miss Heather. As Lavelle would say, got to give him credit for that. Drop your roses, drop your flowers in the chat for Miss Heather for sure. For sure. Kyle in the house. What's up, Kyle? You know I love that avatar. Rest in peace to the Mamba baby. Mamba baby for sure. Send the day Rafikat. Good baby cat clone. Genesis. I mix Afnan 9 p.m. and Al Hermain La Venture, an Aventus clone, in a travel size bottle. And what I have is a masterpiece. Okay. Cuts the 9 p.m. sweetness and elevates it to more of a wearable any situation banger. All right, OG. Glad you're enjoying. AS in the house. Hello, D and the Smell Good family. Sent the other day is a Harv Signature Royale. Great stuff. Get that thumbs up on your way in. Flowers in the chat for Miss Heather for sure. I'm sure Miss Heather's gonna like you because she's a Buffalo Bills fan. She's around that area, so she's that Buffalo Bill logo. I'm pretty sure gonna bring a smile to her face to see that for sure. LaShawn in the house, Smell Good family. My son today. Ooh, humid, 19 degrees, sir. You are smelling fantastic, man. That leather and raspberry, yes, sir. Sally in the chat. What's up, Sally? He is wearing gold prestigium tonight. Smelling great, sir. Scorpion in the house. Smell Good family. Rocking Hautane. Okay, smelling good, my guy. Joel loving the music. I appreciate you, bro. Mr. Clock 30 in the house. Happy Friday, folks. Then today, Kenzo Ohm EDP. I still need to get my nose on that. Hautane is fire. Yes, it is. I think it's better than Oud for greatness. I think it's better than Oud for greatness from the Parfums de Marley kind of did a little bit better, in my opinion, than Initio did. But both are really good. Just depends on what your preference is, for sure. All right. Sensually Explicit. What's up, everybody? I love that name. Scent of the day, Leather Intense by Alexandra. Sir, You are smelling phenomenal, sir. Absolutely. 504 led through a Polo Red EDP. Great stuff. That's one of my favorites for sure. Sally showing love. Everybody showing love. Hidden gem. Stand of the day is Jewel of Japan by Genre Parfum. Layer with King Andy from Central Possession. Wow. Okay, you got a lot going on today. You must be out here in the world being nasty, Hidden Gems. That's what you must be doing. That must be what you're doing. All right. Let's see. Everybody showing love in the chat. I love it. Smell good family today. 19 degrees. Yes, sir. Smells great, Bashan. MA Styles. What's up, everyone? Today. Tommy Bahama St. Bart's CSAP. Okay, never heard of that one. But I got a lot of time Bahamas, so I'm sure it smells great. All right, let's see what we got. Everybody showing love, showing love. Dan out the man. What's up, DN Smell good family? Today, Zoologist Penguin. I never heard of that one. But I know zoologists, they got some conversation around here for sure. Jim showing love. Dennis K in the house. Greetings to all today. Bois Sushi Imperial. Okay, Bois Imperial. I got your great fresh citrus niche frag. Definitely. Daniel is wearing Latifah's vintage radio. I think that's a Paragon clone, right? I think that's what it is from Initio. Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing? I hope you're doing well, my guy. Hope you and the family are doing well. What's good, Smell Good family? Been a minute. I ain't been on. All good, man. Hopefully you are doing well. You and the family for sure, bro. Joe showing love. Sally, it's with Miss Heather. Yes, Miss Heather is almost about to clock in. So I reached the point now where y'all said y'all can't hear me. So we're good. We're good now. We're good. Okay. Jared Miller. Thank you, Bishop. The Bishop. Yes, sir. We back. Gary in the house. Up there. What's up, Gary? Hope you're doing well. Dame in the building. What's up, Dame? Woo. Wars in the video. That is some great stuff, for sure. Everybody showing love in the chat. Kyle, smash that thumbs up like it owes you money. Appreciate that, Kyle. The Bishop with the $10 super chat. Been looking forward to the chat with Miss Heather. Absolutely. Cara in the building. Darij layered with Woody. Ooh, I bet that smells pretty good. We got my baby love in the house, as always, showing that support and that love. Let's see. Everybody showing love. I love it. Carl Sparks, isn't that a Hashivat clone? Not the one that I have on. No. This is a Creed event. It could be probably in the Hashivat vein, but this is definitely a Creed Aventus. I think they call it batch Z1044693388888. All them numbers for a batch code. But yeah. Maurice, my guy. Maurice is out here killing them. Sending the day. Blue Chanel EDP, sir. You know what you got going on over there. So, Kevin Smith, straight out of North Philly. We understand, Kevin. Out of North Philly. What's up with you, bro? Kaylin in the house. What's up, Kaylin? Appreciate you, brother. Smell Good family. Saying what's up, Smell Good family. Saying today, Aaron Terrence Hughes, a legend. Okay. King Eros in the house. He is wearing Sauvage, the EDP today. Kale with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Kales. I appreciate it. Sunday Lafayette Street. Called Avenue. Oh, it's a clone called Avenue, New York by Grandeur. Been a while, but I pray continued blessings to you and growing family and success, Dedrick. I'll be coming back around. Well, Kel, I appreciate you, and I indeed hope everything is well your way, your family's way. God bless you, Kel. You've been a big supporter on this channel for sure. The music is hard. Appreciate it, Sean. Senator Dave Gentleman, EDT Intense. That's a sleeper in the gentleman line. A lot of people don't talk about that. EDT Intense, for sure. Miss Heather getting countless roses in the chat. Countless roses. Flowers for Miss Heather. Flowers for Miss Heather. My dear friend is getting that love. Getting that love for sure. All right, y'all. We're bringing Heather on in literally 3 minutes. I'm almost to the bottom of the chat. All right, let's see what we got going on here. We got my sister Shoshana in the house. What's up, Shoshana? Hope you're doing well. Steven, my man. What's going on? Hope you're doing well, Steven. And you in that Gambit again. Yes, sir. I'm with you, Steven. Gambit is like that. Me and Steven gonna do lunch soon. I might vlog it so y'all can meet Steven. For sure. Miss Heather again, love in the chat for sure. As always, Eric, what's up, Eric? Hope you've been doing well, my friend. Kevin in the house. Greetings from Lakeland, Florida. What's up with you, bro? Gary, why I said why for me tonight? The wife loves it. Yeah, for sure. If baby love it, then spread. Man, we got 86 strong in the chat, but we only have 44 likes. If y'all don't mind, take a second and hit that thumbs up. It takes half a second. It's for free. Smash that thumbs up. It helps push us out to the algorithm, man. So show that love. Hit that thumbs up if you have not already. I appreciate y'all for sure. Terrence in the house wearing Get Seductive Red. Okay. I got that for sure. Don't call me out. Hey, it is what it is, brother. Kyle with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, my guy. Sustainable Me. Now, I don't know what euros and 500 means, but I think that's $5. So I appreciate you, Sustainable Me, for showing that love. Thanks for all your hard work, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Kyle, again, showing love for Miss Heather with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, my guy. And again, all super chats, any donations to this channel, they go right back into this channel. Anything that is donated to this channel goes right back into this channel. All right, y'all. So we are towards the bottom. We're going to go ahead and bring Miss Heather on. I just want to make sure I don't miss any questions. Now, y'all know how I do when I got guests. I'll be forgetting about the chat, but we'll go back and forth and keep it rocking. So let me see. Eric is wearing Ralph Club EDP. You the second? No. He was wearing Polo Red. But Ralph Club EDP is my favorite of the two. I have not smelled the elixir yet. I haven't smelled it yet. Ash R Reviews. What's up, Dedrick? Hope you're well, bro. How crazy was that? Oh yeah. He knocked out Volkanovski, and I was stunned, man. But it definitely was crazy. But congrats to him on being a new champion for sure. We got one more super chat. John Easley with the super sticker. Appreciate you, my guy, for sure. Pirate 10 in here. Jean Lo Immortal, a great one. My guy Jason Virtue in the building. What's up, everyone? Send a day. Blue Talesman, another rich cent. Jason has a lot of money, and he's starting to wear fragrances that we don't know about. So shout out Jason for sure. All right. I think we are to the bottom. Everybody in the chat showing love. Noel's in the house. What's up, Dedrick? Good to catch you again. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Noel. John is wearing Blue Sapphire. Send the night. Sample of it. I need to get my nose on that by that. What is it? By this Ciao? I believe that's what it is. Jason in the house. What up, D? Send of the day. Fragrance World. Dark as Wood. I never heard of that one. What is that cloning, my guy? The Fresh Prince of Smell Air, aka Hidden Gems. I ain't giving Hidden Gems all that love. We ain't giving him no Fresh Prince of Smell Air. Now we ain't doing that. All right, I think. So Jody Jones, what's up, my brother? I'm wearing Kaput Monday. Woo! Thanks to you and Ross. When I seen his first impression, I had to get it. It's really good. Great choice. Eric in the building. What's up, my guy? Wearing Burlington 1819. You're smelling fantastic. I just make sure I don't miss nobody. Don't want to do that. Edgar in the house. What's up, my guy? Salute, man, into the chat. Good evening. What's up, Edgar? Glad that you are here with us. Lim Groovin in the house wearing CH Man Free Vape. Let's see. All right, y'all. So I'll get back to the chat in a second. Today, Problem Roast of Black by Coach Keith. You're smelling great, sir. Mindful Intentions is wearing World According to Author. Okay. Yeah, man, Vote looked bad. Yeah, he did. Enjoying the content. Thank you, Gavin. Pirate said, should I go with YSLY? Well, I haven't smelled it yet, so I can't comment. I have not smelled it yet. I've already told Miss Heather as soon as it rolls into the store, she needs to call me so I can get out there. So, but I haven't smelled it yet, man. But as soon as I smell it, I will give my thoughts. Let's see. Damn, it smells good in the chat for sure. Mine Kataya Collection is clones. No, it is not, Jason. Acknowledge your smell good, Chief. For sure. Goose, I feel you. Darkwood is a Guerlain Voice Armine clone. Okay. All right, so we're at the bottom. All right. Let me turn my music down so I can give her a grand entrance. All right, everybody. So here we are. We are back. We have 90 strong in the chat, but we only have 63 likes. If you do not mind, please hit that thumbs up. Without further ado, this is my dear friend, love Miss Heather. She's such a great person, vibrant energy, always a pleasure to be in her presence when we get together. And it's always a fun time to have her on a live stream. It's so crazy how our relationship started by me being introduced to her by one of my best friends. And now we have taken on a life of our own with our friendship. So she's a really good person, really good woman. And ladies and gentlemen, continue to throw flowers in the chat. We have returning Miss Heather. Hey there.
laugh, everybody. I'm back.
Yes, you are. How are you
Back.
doing?
I'm back.
Yes,
I'm doing great. I've been so excited to do this today.
yes, you have.
I was busy today, but I was like, okay, gotta get ready, try to get the room looking somewhat clean. Yeah, it's been a while. Hi, everybody. I'm back. I'm back.
Yes,
I've
so
been
we had
away.
to, yep. So
Yeah.
throughout the holidays, Miss Heather, very busy woman traveling and things like that, but she is back.
Mhm.
Glad she is here. So a lot of love tonight in the stream. We're going to have a great conversation. Please feel free to, let your opinions be known, ask your questions. I will do my best to keep an eye on the chat as me and Miss Heather are having this conversation tonight. So, Miss Heather, the world, the clone world, it's
Mhm.
such a sensitive area. It's a sensitive area
Good
where
choice of words.
yeah, where there's so many opinions on clones. There's so much. You have your clone only people who only going to rock clones because it doesn't make sense to them to spend a certain amount of money to smell good. Then you have your clone snobs who absolutely just
Yeah.
no clones. We want nothing to
It's
do with that.
right.
And then you have the people in the middle. I consider myself in the middle, you in the middle, where we explore literally every facet
Yeah.
of fragrance, and clones are a part of them. I have an ample amount, you have an ample amount. So we are going to discuss some of our favorites in our collection while always while trying to make sense of what the word clone represents in fragcom. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into it now. Miss Heather, she has 5 fragrances. I have 5 fragrances. We are 95 strong right now with only 67 likes. If you're new here for the first time, do your guy a favor. Hit
Please.
that thumbs up. It takes
Yes.
half a second and it's for free. Smash that like button. And
Yes.
I definitely would appreciate the support. It just pushes out the content for sure. All right. So, Miss Heather, what are your thoughts on clones before we jump into our list tonight?
I know that it pushes some buttons. I feel like I know these glasses got a reflection from the ring light. It triggers emotions. Some people are hell no, some people are heck yeah.
Yeah.
So, and there's not too many in betweens. It's really kind of like, wow, it's either this or it's this. I do not hold any like judgment if someone has a cologne. I own many of them. In fact, a lot of
Yeah.
the times when I first kind of got interested in fragrances, like when I was living in Colorado, like the idea of spending an exuberant amount of money on a fragrance was like, oh, well, wait a minute, hold on, I got a mortgage, I got a car payment, it's like my son's going to college. So like,
Real life.
yeah,
Real life.
I can do a clone. I can do an
Yeah.
inspiration. I can do a an inspired scent. Um, but it's evolved from there so much over the years. And now that I work more in retail, I can appreciate stuff from both sides
Yep.
of this conversation, both sides of this coin here. So I'm not saying anything bad about anybody who is a purist, would call them that, like they only want this in their
Yeah.
collections.
Yeah.
That's your coins. You do what you want to do,
Yeah.
and it's your collection. Yeah, you're allowed to do what you want. But for people who are dipping their toe into this world beyond the designer world, like all the stuff that's accessible, like at Macy's and Dillard's and Bloomingdale's at a retail level, but that more higher level, this
Yeah.
isn't a bad place to kind of explore we call them dupes, we call them clones, we call them inspirations, call them what you want. It's a nice way for you to help get into the niche style stuff without doing too many mistakes, blind buying. I
Yeah.
mean, I still blind buy stuff. I mean,
Sure.
I just told you,
Blind buy
I don't know what
warrior.
I blind bought from watching somebody, and I I was like, I don't even know what I bought, but I bought it. So,
Yeah.
just sometimes it's okay to pump the brakes a little bit and then make an informed decision.
Yes.
That's what the words we're going to use, chat, is an informed decision on our high-end fragrance connoisseuring.
I want to highlight one comment from Hidden Gems. He says clones rendition. So this is actually
like the
something
word.
this is something that I actually want to speak on. So no matter what your verbiage is, whether you want to go clones, where you want to go renditions, where you want to go dupes, whatever verbiage it is, they all mean the same thing.
Right.
Inspired by, I'm not saying this to Hidden Gems, I'm just saying in general, because I have seen some comments of people say, hey, don't call them cheapies. Okay, but they are. Okay, and then most of them are. You do have Alexandria, they can, they're in the $100 mark.
They can get up there a little bit.
So, most of the times, and then you just have different verbiages. So that's why I stick to the word clone, is because most, if not 90% of Middle Easterns, independent houses, they take their cracks at more expensive fragrances, especially in the world. So the reason I stick with clones is because that's the more relatable context that I can use. And I think it's just more relatable when you're having a conversation. And it's easier to explain to me. If you have the House of Dua, right? And you say, hey, I have this clone or this version of Dior Homme Intense. And then someone asks you, well, why don't you just get the Dior Homme Intense? It's easier for you to say, well, Dua is a brand that takes more expensive fragrances, gives them a great price, and you get around the same quality that you would have got with the original.
Right.
Very simplistic way to explain. Now, if you want to get into the ebb and flows and the trenches of it with enthusiasts like myself and Heather, then we can do that.
Yeah.
We can do that. But to the person who's not that familiar or not that aware of all the things that happen in Fragcom, that's why I personally stick with clone. That's why I personally stick with it.
But I love Hidden Gems. I love renditions. I might steal that word because it's good. So like we don't trip. Well, we do trip, actually. I'll take that back. So like when a song comes out and then someone recreates it and does their rendition of the song.
Well said. Well said.
And then all of a sudden people are like, oh my God, what's better, like the original or the new rendition?
Yeah.
So it can be that. Sometimes like there's been songs that the originals are the originals, but someone's redone them and it made it even a hot song. And then that became the song that So that's a whole nother conversation, but there's nothing wrong with a little, sometimes a different variation or different way to look at it. Different way to look at things.
That's not for sure. So shout out Michael King. He says, as long as it smells good on my skin, I can care less about the name. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you. Him. I'm with you. So I think a lot of times in this space, don't get me wrong, it's all subjective, and everyone has an opinion. And this is the thing that I say: all of us have an opinion, but none of us are right. None of us are right with the opinion because it's simply that's what it is. You gravitate towards, like for instance, like somebody could be super niched out. They wouldn't even dare look at even a designer. And then you have some people who are just designer heads and don't believe in niche, don't believe in clones. You have rack store warriors who just get in. They want their fragrances at the rack store, bang for your buck. That's going to be it's all different levels. But like Michael said in his comment, as long as it smells good on my skin, I could care less about the name. All right. So Ms. Heather, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start off with one of your first ones. Tell me about it. And what's your relationship with said clone and what it's inspired by?
Okay. This is where we're going to start because this is probably, it's not one of my first ones, but it's one that I think a lot of people, Smell Good family, might be able to relate. So we're going to go with, this is a Dua, the old cap, because the new caps are wooden. This is the Casino Royale line. They got a lot of Casino Royale on Dua, but this is the Extrait de Parfum, and this is the dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540.
Okay.
The Eau de Parfum version of Baccarat Rouge 540. I wear this often, and I did wear this one time to work, and we were doing stock, and Crystal, who's the counter manager, goes, "Oh, you smell nice. What is that?" And I said, "Oh, that's my do a dupe of BR 540." And she's like, "Who would know?"
Can't tell.
Nobody's ever stopped me. And there's a few girls at work. The Chanel counter girls actually have the legit thing. One of the girls over in Lancome. There's people that have the real thing, and I can smell when they wear it. And it's stunning. But how would I know if I like it? How would I know that's a worthy thing? I was kind of like Jacksonville when I lived in Colorado. I was in Denver, so it's not the most accessible place for some of those higher end stores. So, like unless I went traveling, I might not be able to get it, or I could get a sample off of one of the many, many places now that will sell you a sample. So this is a nice way to get in. This is why this is the pro side to the clone versus the hell nah argument, is how a clone can help you develop a relationship with a niche fragrance. Is it something you'd wear all the time? And when you put down, what's a 50 of BR 540? It's probably almost close to 400 right now.
Yeah,
with the tax and all that, and then the annual increases.
Easily.
Like, would it really be something that you wore all the time in Jacksonville, Florida? Is it something you're going to wear on occasion when you go out on a date? Is it something that you're like, oh, I wanted to get up on this hype train?
Situational.
And, everybody's talking about, the whole world was talking about this. So I, of course, because I watch a lot of videos, especially a lot of like makeup content and beauty content. And so the fragrance stuff fell right in place with that. I want to find out what everybody's talking about.
Sure.
And I got on top of the hype train, and I bought a ticket, and I was like, well, let me find out about Dua. Alexandria Fragrances does a beautiful rendition of this. This is not my only dupe, though, of BR 540. I've got a couple other ones, too.
There's plenty to go around.
This is just an example of the original. I do have a specialized version of this that Dua has come out with, like the extracts, and they also do some variations when they break down the molecular structure of the notes, and I actually enjoy it. I think this is a nice way to get your hands on that scent profile that you might be hesitant about, or you don't know. You're like, I like it for the season, and then you never wear it again.
All right, trial and error. I want to highlight Jason. Jason says nothing wrong with clones or inspired by fragrances. It's just a cost-effective way for some to smell good. People just need to say they're wearing a clone instead of its OG. Well, I disagree with you, Jason, because it really don't matter. If you somebody smelling like Creed Aventus and they wearing Intense Man that smell like Creed Aventus, it's Creed Aventus. I mean, whatever that person got to do for them, it don't make no sense to us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if that person wants to tell you it's a clone, they'll tell you it's a clone. If that person wants to tell you it's the OG, it's the OG. But that DNA, and that's what these clones are inspired by, are interpretations or renditions. They capture the DNA that has mesmerized so many of us. Many of us. And whether it's a twist or whether it's an actual 1A to 1B, I get what you're saying, Jason. Just be authentic. I got that part. But a lot of times, some people, for whatever reason, get embarrassed by, oh, I'm wearing a clone. Like, they shouldn't be. But it's the DNA. And I think when you smell certain clones, sometimes, and I'm guilty of it, like, I'm like, well, dog, I don't call it the clone no more. This is Dior Homme Intense. Because that's what that DNA is. But yes, it's from another place other than Dior. But yeah, so I just want to highlight that part. And speaking of mine, I'll go ahead and get started with mine. If I would have smelled this, I would have never had a bottle of Dior Homme Intense. I would have never had a bottle. And for what Paris Corner is doing over with Pandora Scents, Camaro Homme Intense is my first one that I want to speak about. I just got this one, I want to say during the summer last year. Get that in focus real quick. So here we are, Camaro Homme Intense. As you can see, it's mimicking very, very exactly like Dior Homme Intense.
Yeah.
Listen, This is incredible stuff. Okay, the iris, the leather. There's a hibiscus note in here that's so complementary to the iris and the leather. The quality is there. Now, in the Dior, don't get me wrong, Dior does a stellar job with their quality, but it's barely noticeable side by side when you smell this versus Dior. Now, is it 1A, 1B? Not exactly. This one, like I said, has a hibiscus note in there that adds a little bit more of a floral approach with the iris that gives off that makeup baggy, lipsticky style of vibe. But the leather in here, it's phenomenal. This is very smooth, and I promise you, the 35, 40 bucks that I paid for this, if I would have smelled this first, I wouldn't have never spent and I got my Dior Intense off discounters for like, it was right around $100, $120 at the time, which is still good for Dior, but you know, I wouldn't have never touched that. I would have stayed with this. It performs beautifully, it projects well, and most importantly, it doesn't smell cheap. And that's the thing with clones. You got cheap clones that the price is cheap, and so is the fragrance. But you also have some that are doing really, really well, where you almost can't believe that it was legal to put this out for $40. And this is one of those ones. And I promise you, I have worn this. I haven't touched my Dior Homme Intense this year. I haven't touched it because I've been wearing this. I've been wearing this for sure. So this is just a case of the quality here. It's standard for me. And I'm a high standard guy. I don't really do a lot of boof and fake and goofy stuff. You know what I mean? So for me, this is just a clear-cut example of, wow, this holds it down for me personally. Then I wouldn't have never needed to have a Dior Homme Intense. So Camaro Homme Intense by Paris Corner from the Pandora Sense line is just one of those ones. It's really good, y'all. Really good. Really good. Really good.
Yes.
All right, let's
get is really good too.
Yeah, outstanding.
I'm like, can't beat that. Yes.
You can't. Let's see. Texas, Alabama says, I concur. I always keep it funky. Jason, when someone asks me what I'm wearing, nothing to be embarrassed about wearing. Yeah, I agree. But I think a little bit more deep into it. Maybe I'm just stuck on the DNA than the actual name for me. Because when I smell this, Dior Homme Intense. Dior Homme, that's the first thing that comes to my mind for sure. First thing that comes to my mind. But I get what y'all saying. Not saying that I don't get it. I definitely get what y'all are saying for sure. All right, so we got 91 watching right now with 87 likes. Fantastic engagement. Thank you all for being here tonight. So, Ms. Heather, let's go ahead and get into your second clone that has made an impression on you for sure. What do we got? Second
one is another Dua. It's sorry, I got to do it like this.
Dua, so girl.
This is with the wooden caps. This is a little bit of a newer one. So Miss Congeniality Rose Elixir. This is the inspiration for Parfums de Marly Delena, the Rosé. And so you can get Miss Congeniality, you can get the Elixir version, you can get the EDP version. I actually really like the Rosé in the lineup. Parfums de Marly, I absolutely do like the quality there. Here's the thing. I like Delena, and when it became a real thing, especially with a lot of beauty people were going on about it, and scentcom people were really talking it up, and it made an impact. But I'm not a huge floral kind of girl, and that's not usually something that I not like to wear, but every once in a while I do like it. So I knew that like buying like an actual 1 ounce of the Parfums de Marly, which is like, this is like teeny little thing and it's still a lot of money, and it's like, would I really wear it or not? And sometimes I just want the feeling of a fragrance.
Yeah,
I don't really want to own it because I know that that's not really something that's my cup of tea. It's not to shade anybody that likes florals. I know a couple of the, like, I know your sister and your wife are in the chat. It's like everybody buddies got their thing that they gravitate to. So I know that this wouldn't be something that I really wanted to invest in, be it the actual full-size product in the 90 ml or this works just the charm when I just want to, like, oh, I really kind of want to smell like, oh, that nice crisp red currant rhubarby kind of thing. But here's the thing, I kind of was listening into what you were saying when you were talking about Dior Home Intense. And here's something that I'm going to throw it out there. Smell good, family. Is it possible sometimes that we don't want to say, oh, I'm wearing a dupe, because maybe it makes somebody give the impression that we can't get the real thing, or we're like in a space where, like, we're like me, I'm like, I'm very budget conscious sometimes. And like the idea of not having the real Fendi bag and having like maybe one of them really good fakes that you can get in Italy off the street when they sell them, and they put them on the street on the tarp, and it looks legit, and it says S, it got a F upside down, F the right way, and it zips up, and it's like at a distance it looks legit. If someone were to inspect it, go inside and look, deep into the inside, the lining and the label, yeah, it might not be legit, and someone might like pull your card and be like, well, that ain't no real Fendi. But you're like, well, from across the bar, it looks like I got a Fendi bag. So maybe there's some stigma about, like, oh, if I have a dupe, it's like, it's not cool or something. I don't know. So I'd like people to sound off a little bit, because honestly,
Yeah.
this is one reason why I do choose to shop with Alexandria Fragrances. The other one, Dossier, is a nice one. I hear some good things about other brands. I haven't had a lot of experience, but yeah, I have no problem putting down whatever this was, 45, 35 with a coupon or an influencer code, because I know that I'm never really gonna be that person that's like, oh, I gotta have Delana in my collection for the 5 times in a year that I might spray it. Like,
Yeah, it's all
it's
personal.
not, you know what I'm saying? It's not.
Yeah, it's a personal preference. It's a personal thing.
But I would
People,
love to hear what other people would think.
yeah. Of course, of course. I just think it's all whatever that person's going through internally and mentally. Not to get too
Yeah,
deep, but that's what it
yeah.
is.
I
Some
mean, it still
people
smells.
like me. I don't care if I'm like, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. What I'm wearing is what I'm wearing. You know what I'm saying?
And if
But
I'm not mistaken, because I put them side by side, and I'm pretty sure that this has a better longevity. I can talk, you guys. It's been a while. I haven't been on a live stream for a minute.
you're
The wear time, we'll just say words I can pronounce. The
fine.
wear time on the Dua is A plus. I mean, you get like
Yeah,
your money's worth. Because it is a lighter construction. The rosy is a little bit more airier and
yeah.
fresher. It's one of the things I like. But this, I mean, this has some stay power. So there
Yeah.
is that. Somebody's chiming in.
So Mr. Zanshin says clones are perfect for discontinued fragrances and fragrance mixes.
Yes,
You will never be able to smell otherwise.
yes,
Yeah, I agree with that. Like,
I'm with you.
I have a plum Yapone clone from Alexandria, and plum Yapone is discontinued from Tom's Ford.
Mhm.
I was able to smell that one time in the store, and I loved it. But I learned that it right away was discontinued, and the prices are really high to
If you
try to
want to
get a
get
bottle of
the, yeah,
Lemonade. Well, here comes Alexandria Fragrances with an excellent inspired by rendition of the
yep,
fragrance. So yeah, I agree with you. That is an excellent
good point.
approach to clone fragrances for sure. All right. All right, let me get into my second one. So this is my most complimented fragrance in my entire collection. I've spoke about this. I got 9 compliments in one day. I never in my life entertained wearing the original. There's some debate of which one came out first. I don't care. But this is a classic in the community. A lot of people have a lot of great things to say about this one, and I personally think it is an outstanding outstanding rendition of the DNA from the house of Rasasi. Of course, we have Rasasi Hawass. I don't have any type of care for the original Invictus ever again. When I got my nose on this, I said, you have got to be kidding me. There's some added features to this. The plum and the cinnamon really stand out. And my new baby boy was born, and I was headed to my local Publix and pick up some things before going back up to the hospital with my wife and my son. And from the gas station to Publix and the hospital halls, I calculated 9 compliments in like 2 hours. I walked into the room and I only had on 4 sprays. 4 sprays. I walked into the room and my wife was on the phone and she just looked at me. And I know what the look means. She just looked at me like, well, okay, what you got going on today? You know what I'm saying? Because of what Hawass does. Is it synthetic? Yes. Don't care. But in the summertime, especially down here in Florida, this is a Florida boys elixir. Do you understand me? This is a Florida boys elixir. Now, I'm going to patent that for anybody out there who try to take my little stand right there. But Florida boy elixir, again, don't care which one came out. I know somebody probably come saying, well, technically, I'm respectfully letting you know I don't care. So this is 45 bucks on discounters. A new bottle of Invictus by Paco Rabanne in your local store is over $100. But this to me is flat out better, and it's not a conversation. And it's so much better that I have a backup bottle ready. And I don't have backup bottles like that. I may have backups of a couple fragrances, like 1 Million Lucky.
It's a good one to have a backup.
It's a couple other ones that I have some backups of, but I definitely have a backup of this. So this is a great rendition of Invictus, or if this was the first one, I don't know. But if you are in the South, or hell, it don't matter where you are, but if you in the South, and when that heat get turned up, and you are in search of compliments, if you particularly wear fragrances for compliments, if that's all you want, you need to get you a bottle of this now. Now, they have a new version called Hawass Ice. I don't own that version. I've smelled it, and it's good. But this is still the one. Clone me, Rasasi Hawass. All right, Rasasi Hawass. As you see in the thumbnail, of this live stream, I'm gonna plug it up right here. There it is, right there in the background.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is, right there in the background with me and the lovely Miss Heather. All right, so let's get to the chat, Miss Heather, before we get into our next ones and try to get caught up as best we can. We got a lot of love in here. Lavelle says, well, you can send that Dior Homme Intense my way. I feel you. Noel agreed with this one. I have Camaro Homme Intense too. Only thing I don't like about it is the atomizer. Yeah, I feel you. And that's the thing too with clones. Some clones and the atomizers can be horrible. They can be horrible. I do agree with you. A good point there, Noel. Don't let the atomizer. It's janky on mine. Not sure, but yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best. But once that juice get on me, I'll forget about it. I forget about it for sure. Let's see. It is what it is, Jason. You like what you like. Got to stay authentic to yourself. Yeah, absolutely. I'm with that 100%. Let's see any other comments from Dame says, and Dua always has the longest names ever.
Oh my God.
Fragrances, they gotta chill.
That's great. Yeah, they do. They're very creative over there in their team and their marketing team. So who's the AS Bills guy? Because there it is.
Big Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's my Allen. My brother got me. I don't know. I was like, I saw him pop up and I was like, that's my people. I don't even know you. I'm like, I'm like, those are my brethren in the chat.
My wife says I have Alexandria versions and it smells just like it to me. Yes, it does. Yeah. It does. Let's see. Kale says, anyone in the chat wear replica J's? So he's talking about Air Jordans. The answer is no. For me.
Okay, I
No,
mean, you
no.
always gotta have one comedian in the
Hey, let me
whole
tell you.
Melvin
Now, he
family.
being real, but
You
let me tell
know,
you. Now, in where I come from, you can't wear fake sneakers.
no.
You can't wear fake sneakers, bro. Now, in with this conversation, these ain't fake fragrances. I'm not saying you saying that, Kel, but these aren't fake fragrances. You
No,
know,
they're fragrances.
fake sneakers. Oh no, no, sir. We can't do the fake anything with the sneakers, my boy. For sure, for sure. But hey, no hate on anybody who rocking and doing what they got to do for them. In all seriousness, and but where I come from, and how I grew up, nah, man, them boys was relentless.
Yeah.
They was
Yeah.
relentless.
You don't want to go, you want to go to Buffalo, have a pair of like fake sneakers and
Yeah,
with like the swoosh upside down or something,
we
like
can't
half
do
the
that.
block would chase you.
We can't do that. We can't do
And
that.
you'd be footly, like you'd be
Yeah,
shoeless trying to
we
go
can't do
home.
that. We can't do that. Noel says this is a good point. There has to be a reason significant enough to spend over $100 on a fragrance for me because I'm on a budget. Yeah, they have to be
Right?
specific. Absolutely,
Yeah.
Noel. Like this is a great breakdown. Like Noel, this is what Miss Heather said a few minutes ago. But yes, like people live on a budget. You know, everybody's money is different. Everybody doesn't have like I'll take myself out of the equation as an influencer. You know, as you do this, and if you're fortunate for your channel to grow and your community to grow, you do have companies that reach out to you. I'm very transparent. I work with So Avant-Garde every month. Those mind game fragrances that I have 5 of them now. They send them all to me. I didn't pay for those
Word.
mind game fragrances. They send
Right.
them to me for review purposes and to put them out there to the community, to put you guys on, you know, some things that are different out there in the world. Very transparent about that. So Noel's comment is true. If I wasn't a YouTuber, guess what? I know for a fact this is
Be more choosy about,
yes,
about
absolutely.
things.
Well said for sure, for sure. All right, let's see. Sally says, look at that dent. Yeah, I ain't playing with that Hawas.
Mm.
We ain't playing. We ain't playing with that Hawas. It's like that. Everybody complimenting the dent. Jason, glad to have you, Jason Adams. Thank you for stopping through tonight for sure. And they go, Dane, the Hawas came before Invictus. And again, I don't care. I don't care. And not saying that to you, Dane, but I'm just saying I don't care. All right, Miss Heather. Oh, look, Florida Boy Elixir. Oh, yeah.
Sup, Jared?
Hey,
Sup?
the bishop.
Ah.
Hawas is the Florida Boy Elixir. Now, if you live in Texas or Georgia or something like that, it's fine. Do your thing. But if you reside here in Florida, baby, this is the elixir for sure. For sure, Florida Boy Elixir. You heard me. All right. Let's see. Hawas better. Is it better looking bottle than Invictus? Yeah, that too. It does look better. All right, Miss Heather. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna come back to the chat. 918 cents. Clinton, what's up? Says hello, Dedrick and Miss Heather. What's up, Clinton? Glad you're rocking with us, man. Kyler, my guy, what's up with you? Omega in the house as well. What's up, y'all? Glad y'all can join tonight. All right, Miss Heather, what do you have next? 97 strong in the chat. 104 thumbs up. Y'all are showing out tonight. Appreciate y'all showing that support. Miss Heather, let's get it popping, baby.
We're moving on, steadily moving on. Okay. Argument pro the dupe is what the young man was saying earlier about not being able to obtain the original. Here is the Alexander fragrances of, this is bespoke, and this is the inspiration or rendition of a creed of Royal Mayfair, which they vaulted already. And why did I pick this one? Because I had my creed training and they were going on about the ones that, so when I have an account executive, they some of them are been with the creed company for a long time. They take them to France to Fontainebleau and they get to go explore the vaults and It's wonderful. It's fabulous life if you could be there, you know, it's good for them, right? Us normal people down here on you know, down here in Florida Boy Elixir territory. So this Royal Mayfair intrigued me so much, and I wanted to know what this was all about, but it's been vaulted for a long, long time. So Alexandria Fragrances had this beautiful little little bottle. I only went for the 30 ml because that's all I needed. I just want the experience.
Sure.
I want to know
Sure.
what is going on. And this is actually really interesting. So it has a eucalyptus top note, this one here, and it's bright, it's crisp, it's very green, it's very herbaceous. It can be a little polarizing with the eucalyptus, but if any of the chat's familiar with zoologist fragrances, this won't scare you one bit. This is like some of their fragrances, especially koala. If anybody knows that, they'll know what I'm talking about. But I wanted to have the experience of something that I can't purchase. It's not available, and I don't have the resources to go out and find it with a collector's market. So guess what? Having the inspiration or the rendition is perfect. It's just the right amount. It smells great. I may or may not really ever get a ton of use out of it, but I got the experience, and I want to reference something, particularly if I want to reference it when I'm speaking to a client or something. Wow, I can talk about something that I can't really have that direct experience from because Creed's already vaulted it, but I have this, and this is a nice reference. So I'm using this particular thing as a tool to aid me to understand fragrances and to understand the line a little bit better. And Bespoke fits perfectly. Also, when it's hot temperatures and the humidity is kind of high, the eucalyptus cuts through it. So yes, this is why a dupe, an inspiration, a clone, you name it, this is why we want them, is because who here's got access to vaulted Creeds? I don't.
I don't.
I don't. But if you do, holler at your girl Heather. Like, I mean, we need to have an offline talk.
And what's that one cloning again? Creed what?
So this is sorry guys. This is Bespoke. And it is the clone for Royal Mayfair, which, if I'm not mistaken, was made for some of the royalty in England, because Creed used to only make it for the royalty in France. Well, they expanded their empire and they made some for the British aristocracy, particularly the royal family. That one in particular, and there's a couple others that fall into that line. Nice little lineage there, but Bespoke, again, your people. Oh, there's my boy from Buffalo. Stand up.
So this is Kel. I didn't know Kel was from Buffalo, so he's from Rochester. This is Kel Torres. Yep.
Still only an hour and a half away. It still counts. Still counts. Still counts.
Bradley says we gotta buy clones because we spend all our money on the real J's. Now I feel you on that.
There you go.
I'm gonna get them Jordans, and then I'm gonna spend that 30 on Intense Man.
You're not only gonna spend it on the Jordans, but you're gonna get them for your kids too. So
yeah. We getting them J's. We getting them J's, and we spend.
You gotta get the kids stuff for school.
we gonna spend that 30 on that Intense Man. That's a great comment, Bradley. I feel you on that for sure. Smegger family with the drip for sure. What's up, the real CJ in the house for sure. Rain's World clones aren't fakes. No, they are not. It's like a shoe doctor recreating a handcrafted pair of rare J's. Okay, I feel you.
Like
Balling
that.
on the budget is a flex to me for sure. Balling on the budget, that is for sure. We got my guy. There goes Cedric. Cedric in the chat.
Cedric.
What's up, my guy? Said Frag Boys ENT. You heard me in the chat for sure. For sure. Let's see. Mr. Zanish says, I was so poor as a kid. I had knockoff British Knight shoes. It really does affect your long-term growing up poor. Even now that I have done well, I'm still hesitant to spend big. Yeah, look, so, we have a little fun with the fake J's and stuff like that, but real time and real life, yes, circumstances are key in people's lives. So we definitely wasn't shining on anybody who had an unfortunate upbringing. I didn't grow up with a lot of money myself, but when I did get of age, I was able to experience more things than I did as a child. So, but I get that. So we're not highlighting anybody's struggles that they deal with. Just kind of culturally, just depends on where you're from. We were just highlighting that, when it comes to the sneakers. But I'm glad you are doing well, Mr. Zanish, for sure. All right. All right, so I'm gonna pop in with my third one. Listen to me. I love that tuxedo DNA. And I go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth of getting me a bottle of Yves Saint Laurent's tuxedo. I really do. But every time I smell this fragrance from Maison Alhambra, I put the phone down. I put it down. And this is a glorified clone of tuxedo we got from Maison Alhambra. We have Kismet. We have Kismet. Look at that dent. I ain't playing. Look at the dent. This is beautiful. Woodsy, patchouli, fresh, spicy, a warmth to it as well. I have a decant courtesy of the Bishop. Jared Miller sent me a decant. And then when I smelled these side by side, don't get me wrong, the tuxedo was the better quality. It's not even a discussion, but this is hovering around that 90 percentile of tuxedo. And you know what, folks? That's good enough for me. Now, one day, I don't know, I may get an actual bottle of tuxedo. I don't know, but as long as I have this and I'm wearing this, and this has macerated over the 2 years that I've had it, the juice has got darker. It's just getting better, like fine wine. That's what this fragrance is doing. And anytime I want to have that tuxedo vibe, Kismet from Maison Alhambra, which is $20 on Amazon. Come on, man. This stuff is $20 on Amazon. And listen, we're not talking about cheap in the bottle. Nothing that we're discussing smells cheap. It's not cheap. You're not around here smelling like a broke down New York City broker that has on olive oil and water. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about beautiful fragrances that love has been poured into them. And in result, they love you back. That's what we are discussing. So Kismet by Maison Alhambra is the best tuxedo clone. I have Moustache by Rojas. It's a beautiful, beautiful tuxedo inspired, but it's more dominant by rose and benzoin. This right here is a flat out looking tuxedo in the eye type of rendition. That's what this is. So my next one, this is beautiful, y'all, and it's keeping me away. And as you can see, the fragrances that I'm bringing up, they have dents. Your boy wears them. They have dents. Your boy wears them. So that's the tie-in for me because I'm spending time with these fragrances. So Kismet by Maison Alhambra is an excellent clone. Now, what has it done for me? It's tied me to the tuxedo DNA. What has Hawass done for me? It's tied me to the Invictus DNA. What has Camaro Homme Intense? It ties me to Dior Homme Intense. So these DNAs, I love them no matter if they're in this clone version or if they're in that real version, that real OG bottle. So that's my next one, Kismet from Maison Alhambra. Okay. We are strong in the chat. Still got 89 watching. We're an hour in. We're going to rock out a little bit longer. Me and Miss Heather still have fragrances to discuss, but we're glad that you guys are here rocking with us for sure. Everybody showing love in the chat. Shout out to my boy Said once again in the chat. Let's see if we can get some comments. The Fragrance Fraternity. What's up, my guy? He said, what's happening, Smell Good family? Testing out Happy Chapard Lemon Dolce. Okay. Not the most masculine scent, but I can rock with it. Lemony fresh. I love a nice lemony fresh.
Lemony fresh sounds good.
Kale says, for the ladies, I bought my wife Chanel Chance and bought an Alhambra dupe called Chance, from Amazon. She prefers the rendition. So here's a clone of Chanel called from Chanel Chance that his wife loves more than the OG from Chanel. All right. Jay in the house. What's up, Jay? What up? I get mad compliments from Hawass. It's a beast, king of Invictus. Yeah, for sure. I am Reggie. He says that Florida boy elixir is a compliment beast. Yes, it is. Shout out my guy Reggie Florida Boy Elixir for sure. All right. Noel says, I love that you mentioned you only needed 30 ml. When I started collecting, I was always on the hunt for full 100 ml bottles. Well, now most of them collect dust, smaller sizes for special fragrances. Yes.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
true for sure. All right.
Yes.
My wife saying, okay, upstate New York. She is from Utica. For sure. For sure. So all the upstate love getting shown.
I know,
out here.
right?
Shout out my guy JT. Greetings, brother Dedrick. Hope all is well. Send today Sensual Obsessions Going Green, which is a Greenly inspiration. Okay, shout out Green. That stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
For sure. Let's see. For the King says almost every product has a clone. That is true. That is true.
Yep. It might be.
Jason says, I used to skip class to buy J's. Me too. And come back to school with the white one on the left foot and the black one on. Now, I ain't do all that now. We putting the whole fit on. Let me tell you what I did when I was in the 10th grade. Shout out my boy Melvin. We skipped school and went to the Foot Locker. We didn't skip school. We left at lunch. We didn't skip school. We left school, went to the Foot Locker, got the new J's. I bought a sweatsuit that went with the J's, changed in the parking lot, and went back to school. Yeah. Yeah. So we didn't wait till the next day to put the fit on. I had me a little part-time job at my local Burger King. So my mom was letting me do what I want to do with my own money. And she asked me where my money went. And I said, you looking at it. The hoodie and the J's for sure. But yeah, I feel you on that, Jason. Fragrance Attorney say Kismet versus the Tux versus FW Fragrance World Suits. Who's the winner? I'm only going Kismet, bro. I don't know about the Tux. I've smelled these suits, but Kismet for me. It's not even close, bro. It's not even close. Let's see. All right, man. So let's get ready to get into your next.
Okay.
Scent.
Next one we've got. We're gonna get all the toys out.
Man, I'm so far behind the comments. I don't have to skip ahead, y'all. I'm so
behind. Yeah. Well, and then
Yes, Kale, velour sweatsuit, the velour Jordan sweatsuit. Yes. Go ahead, Miss Heather.
Okay. So I hope you didn't pick this one, but if you did pick this one, it's all right.
Okay, what we got?
I know that you know this. Here, let's bring them all. Let's bring them all out.
That pressure.
Let's bring them all out.
That's your favorite.
Yes, this is my favorite fragrance. This is probably one of my favorite signature scent.
No,
let's just do them all. This, yes, I got it too. Yes, here you go, everybody. There's your thing. That's your real deal. Here's a little fun one from Canada, perfume oil. So all of these are Oud for Greatness or variations, renditions of Oud for Greatness.
Yes.
You guys want to know how does somebody become in love with something?
Talk about it.
You hear all these people, all these wonderful people, Redolescence, The Late, Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, anybody who was out there making content, talking about Oud for Greatness. Oud for Greatness was a little pricey, and I wasn't too sure about ouds, and I really wasn't that knowledgeable about a lot of fragrances. So I found this company from Canada, Oil Perfumery, and they $20 or whatever, and plus the shipping to the US. I got a whole bunch of little perfume oils. I said, well, let me roll with this and see what happens. This is back 2017, 18. Wow. Love this oil. Okay. Well, I might like this Oud for Greatness stuff. Okay. All right. But I'm not ready to pull the trigger. So here comes Dua. Got about a half of this left.
All right.
This, yes, I can overspray this with impunity. Really enjoy it. This is okay. This is starting to make sense now. Maybe I do like this stuff. So you go, and this is where this conversation and this whole content comes together, is that because of these, it helps to make that informed decision to buy or obtain the higher end fragrance. Even you don't, and like somebody just said, no, you do not have to. In the case of these, they don't really have smaller ones, but you could buy from Scent Split. You could buy a decant. You could be at a fragrance group on Facebook. You can find somebody who wants to go in half of with you on a bottle of, and make sure it's legit. But then there's the fun part. Then you meet Dedrick, and you gotta, you gotta learn about all these fun things. So you gotta find out like how good is it, and you're like, damn, the bottle's like really close. So
it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy. So you just get into it, and you just, when you find something you love, it helps you make that informed decision.
Yeah.
Why do I have all these crazy things, but yet, I got this little Delana, like I know that, this informed decision says, hey, I'm not really going to put the money down, the $355 for this, but hell yeah, I will for this. Like, yes, hopefully you'll find somebody that has a great, discount code or some other site that will help, make it more advantageous. But yes, it's called an informed decision. I learned that. When I learned what this meant, it's like, oh, and then you wanted to do the dupes kind of content. I was like, yes, this is how we can pull it together so that the Smell Good family can understand there's layers to it, there's steps to it.
Absolutely.
It took me several years.
Right.
Look at, I still, there's no, and I still use these.
Yes.
This you can layer with. You can put your oil down and you can layer it. There's no right or wrong anymore.
Right.
For women, even for men, if you take your oil, for men, they probably would do their beard. For women, you can put it in your hair. It's okay. It's a nice way to get the scent to linger. It's going to stay on. I wouldn't recommend put oil on your clothes, but it'll help to fortify a fragrance that maybe doesn't stay long. So, having these inspirations, interpretations, it just helps you develop a better buying decision power. And you fall in love with something, then you're going to be like, heck yeah. And then with all the fun versions of things, so then that makes it even more interesting, because
I agree.
why not? Why not? You like something, it's like, let's go check it out.
Right. Well, I know that's your favorite right there. So that ooh for glory, ooh for greatness, ooh for this. You are a big fan of
and
that
it's
line.
funny.
So it's funny to see.
It's so funny because you were talking about Haltane earlier, which is the sister company to Initio. And there is a difference side by side. And Haltane is a little bit more like office maybe friendly, or what do they call it? Crowd pleasing.
It is. It's more crowd pleasing. Yes.
Right. And I'm like, it's okay. It's all right. It's like if I was scared.
Heartbreaker.
I like
you just loyal.
Yeah. Loyal. I like what I like.
You loyal.
I like what I like. Yes.
You okay. All right. Well, for me, I kind of have the similar sister to the fragrance that you just talked about. And this was a funny one for me because this really helped me realize that I'm in love with rose. This particular fragrance still has kept me from buying the original, which I still have plans on getting at some point in time. So next up for me is from the House of Lattafa. We have Bade Al Oud's Amethyst. Bade Al Oud's Amethyst.
Look how beautiful these bottles are.
Yeah, let me get this in focus. It's so beautiful, so nice. So I got to shout out Cuba. I got to shout out, if I can get it in focus. I don't think it wants to do that tonight. Okay. So I got to shout out Cuba Nose. All right. I saw his review and just his reaction made me buy it right away. This was sitting in my Amazon cart for like 2 months. 2 months. Shout out to my guy Jeremy from the House of Colossus as well. He talked about this. But Cuba's reaction just sold me. So long story short, I purchased it and I got it in. And Amethyst is this beautiful rose oud combination with a nice vanilla and amber and the dry down. Not for everybody. Very jammy rose. That Turkish rose in here. I think there's a rose absolute in here as well. Just a beautiful take on Initio's Atomic Rose. But here's what I learned down the line about amethyst versus atomic rose. Well, atomic rose doesn't have oud in it. So when I smelled atomic rose for the first time, I said, wait a second, it smells like amethyst, but something's missing. Well, what was missing was that oudy, woodsy approach that's in amethyst for sure. Now, atomic rose is a beautiful scent. Beautiful scent. I actually have another version of this from Maison Alhambra called I think it's called I forgot what it's called already. Infinite Rose. Infinite Rose that smells more like the atomic rose. So this introduced me into rose, and it's opened up the door to all the rose ouds that are out there. Rose has turned into be one of my top 3 notes: rose, cherry, honey. I'm lemon. I'm big time fans of those. But what this does, this helped kind of it allowed me to step into the next lane, so to speak, of my fragrance journey. And this is a beautiful performer. It has macerated over time. It has a masculine touch to it. The florals, the vanilla, the amber, the oud, it's just exceptional stuff. And I'm often asked all the time, if I want to get into rose, where should I start? And everyone always thinks, oh, I'm going to smell like a grandma that's going to church and all that stuff. I always get that about rose, but you're really missing out on the note of rose. And this is the one that helped open up my mind from not thinking all roses are powdery and old smelling. Nah, they're not. There's so many different spins to the note of rose. And this clone right here helped me open up my mind to what's going on out here with the note of rose. So I paid $29 for this off Amazon. Packaging beautiful, bottle beautiful, fragrance is not cheap. Again, what we're talking about, these fragrances are bang for your buck. Yes, they are budget friendly, absolutely, and thank goodness for that. But these fragrances are quality. They're quality fragrances. Now, so for someone out there saying, well, they don't have the same quality as OG, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. If you're going to go put your nose on the OG, of course you're going to get better quality. Of course you're going to get the full intent of that fragrance with the OG. That's why this is called an inspired by or a rendition. That's the difference between the two. So I know that, we know that, most of us know that of course, when you smell the OG, you're going to get more of what the clone might not have. And it might be a minimal percentage of that. And that's what amethyst does for me. Atomic rose is good. I haven't gotten it yet. I plan on getting it one day, but amethyst is keeping it at bay for sure. So from the house of Lattafa, amethyst. Next up, my wife has a bottle. 2 of my sisters has bottles. Man, quite a few people have got put on amethyst and they love it for sure. So great stuff. Great stuff. All right. All right, man. We appreciate y'all rocking. We still got 90 strong in the chat. 93 currently. We have 114 thumbs up. We're going to rock out here for a few more. Probably do an hour and a half. And we're going to wrap this up. Me, Miss Heather have I have one more left. How many do you have, Heather? One?
I got one. I got one more.
Okay.
I mean, we could go. I mean, I got a whole thing of Dua behind me.
Oh, Dua girl for sure. Dua
plus
girl.
A box of stuff someplace in this room. I mean, we want to talk about the beauty of it. I mean, we could go on and on and on, but we won't.
Hold on. Have you?
We know.
Hold on. They say you haven't paid your tithes to the chat because you did not say what your scent of the day was today. My goodness.
Oh, everybody, stop the press.
She's excited, y'all.
You guys are gonna freak out. Everybody, this is next level. I emailed because I get the Creed emails like from the actual Creed boutique. So I emailed them and I said, hey, I heard there's a new fragrance coming out, and they sent me a sample of Queen of Silk, so you guys can do this. If you get like, you know, the push notifications for all their stuff, yada yada, like I'm an actual customer. I said I would love this, and the concierge said, yeah, sure, we'll send that to you so you can make a really good Creed decision. So the card has been sprayed like from earlier today. I was in this. My shirt still smells like it. This isn't even, I think it's only at like, who gets it? Bergdorf Goodman and Neiman Marcus gets it first. So they get Queen of Silk before the rest of the world does, maybe even before Europe. And oh my God, Creed did good for a woman's fragrance because, you know, I'm not really into all their floral stuff and all this.
Well,
But
Carmina was good. Carmina was really good.
forgive Carmina. Who is she? Carmina,
Ooh.
forgive my Carmina. Who is that woman? Forget
Oh.
Carmina. Queen of Silk, you guys. Oh my gosh. It's so good.
That smashes Carmina?
They did amazing.
Are you saying?
It has agarwood in it.
Are you saying?
It's so good.
Are you saying that smashes Carmina?
100%. 100%.
Miss Heather, don't do that.
For me.
Don't do
the
that.
scent profile. This works so nice for me. This one actually has agarwood in there, and the oud just comes through. Right. This is going to be.
That's why. Okay, you said oud. That's why.
It's going to be a. What do they classify it as? An amber floral. Men, I'm going to tell all the guys in the Smell Good family, do not be afraid of this scent, because you guys rock all this other stuff and then you're like, oh, I don't like because it says Queen of Silk. So what? Big deal. This fragrance is absolutely stunning. There's so many notes to it. Like, I don't know all the notes yet, but when you first get it, it has that jasmine, kind of like the Initio parfums. You know how they have a lot of hedione in all the Initios?
Mm-hmm.
You get that note. Like, so if you guys know Side Effect or all the other ones, and I don't know, High Frequency, it has that in there. But this one,
well, the reason, if you don't know, if this is your first time to the live and you don't know Heather, her taste is oud. So now I understand the jitteriness that she's having right now because it has oud. So for her to absolutely diss Carmina, I'm just taken aback by that, because Carmina is really good.
It's really good, but
I know why she is jonesing the way that she is because of the oud, and she's a massive one of the few, well, not few, because her and Shoshana love those darker, oudy, leathery, smoky type of scents. So I get it. And now. I get it.
This one is going to be, I think it could be like the perfect unisex thing, where I don't think it's like, it's not feminine, it's not masculine, it's nobody's leaning. It's just a good fragrance. If everybody could take a pause and step away from genderizing the fragrances, this is just a beautiful construction from the top and the mid and the base. Beautiful perfumery. It's going to
you've built this hype up.
It's
so
good.
When I get my sample,
look at it. I remember everybody's gonna be like writing to the, like, you know, you sign in for your emails, and I was like, oh, well, I'll try. You know, can I get a complimentary sample? That's the sense of the day, you guys.
Perfumes and Coffee says, hi guys, just joined the live. Who is our guest? I've never seen her before. There's no information.
Okay, I'm nobody. There's nobody here.
The links to her channel. Oh, well, she doesn't have a YouTube channel, so I will put her Instagram information, as I always do, in the description. So that's what I'll do. So this is Miss Heather. She is a very, very knowledgeable woman of the fragrances of many kinds. She's a professional in her day-to-day moving around at a prominent retailer, where she encounters different people on a day-to-day basis while being in charge of some of the more massive accounts and all of Fragcom. Here are your Creeds, here are your Initios, and different things like that. So this is who this is. She comes on at least once a month here, but I will link her Instagram information in the chat. In the description box once we complete for the night. But she does not have a YouTube channel currently. She does not have one currently. Okay.
Correct.
All right, let's see where we at. So Steven says, Kale says, Miss Heather, do you prefer male or female targeted scents? I think she just answered that.
Well, you know, I think when you look at the stuff that I like, maybe they are a little bit more masculine leaning, but I don't hate the women's fragrances. I just don't wear them as much, especially if they tend to be syrupy or too sweet. But I do have a few. I mean, there are some that capture my interest and I love them. Hi Joel, I miss Joel. I see Joel all the time on Instagram.
Joel says you're the people's champ. She is. Paul says you got a mistress, Rose. I do love her. I love Rose a lot. I have a lot of Rose fragrances for sure. Ashton says, "Ooh, for greatness smells amazing on you, Heather." You know Ashton?
He yes, I work with her. Yes,
it's the perfect spicy blend for your skin. What's up? Let's see. Not many people have smelled it yet, Jared. Yeah, I haven't smelled Queen of Sig either, but Jared agrees that it is better than Carmina, and I think Carmina is really, really good for sure.
It's a lovely Carmina. So this is where you and I have those differences in taste. Like you like, there's a bit of May Rose in Carmina, and the rose is prominent. I don't do a lot of rose scents. In fact, I gave you my Shagwaf Oud because it had more. It's again, I love the oud, but the rose, I was like, he'll like it more than I will. Again, everybody has what they go for. They like Pepsi, like Coke. I mean, it's just it's a preference. So yes, but I feel like this is going to be.
Okay, we're gonna find out because I'm not gonna hold any punches when I get my.
This is a thing for me.
We're gonna find out.
I can't wait. I'm really happy.
I can't wait.
Happy.
Kelly says Atomic Rose is fire, but the Amethyst is a close clone to Atomic Rose. Yes, but Infinity Rose is closer. I agree. Infinity Rose is closer. It indeed is. Yes. Joel says a great rose strawberry fragrance that considered unisex is Carner, Barcelona Rose, and Dragon. Okay, Joel putting us on. Appreciate that.
Joel always comes with something definitely in the cut. Like
Aaron says, Atomic Rose is nice. I got to check Amethyst out ASAP. Yeah, Amethyst is going to be a different spin because it has oud in it. So if you don't like oud, Terrence, it's going to be something in the opening that you might have a little struggle with, but I personally love it. It gives it a more masculine approach, but it dries down into a beautiful vanilla, amber, and rose type of scent for sure. All right. Good. I'm genuinely expecting like a sexy skin scent, but more amplified. I'm guessing he was talking about one of the Carminas or the Queen Silk. Okay.
I think the Queen of Silk, Jared's going to be impressed with the performance.
So again, I guess I'm late. So it's 8:26. So this is 8:18. So Perfumes are coming. She doesn't have a channel. So I know you probably heard me by now, but she doesn't have a channel. Her Instagram will be linked in the description as soon as this is
She's not getting a channel. She's going to be on Dedrick's channel for the foreseeable future. I'm going to be on his channel. Catch me there.
You're going to be hanging out with your boy for sure.
We're going to be in the Smell Good family for a while.
All right. So I don't know if you trolling or not because you keep coming back in here. Perfumes and Coffee is coming up on my end. Again, she doesn't have a channel. Okay. She does not. So whatever. Okay. She says, okay. So I guess she heard me when I said it. So yeah, she don't have one. So the Miss Heather you're watching that you pulled up, that ain't Miss Heather. Perfume says she's absolutely has to start a YouTube channel. Oh, look at that compliment for you. Oh my gosh, she's fabulous. Now she is definitely fabulous now. She's definitely fabulous.
The fabulous part. I'm not doing any.
But if you want to see her, if you want to see her, you're gonna have to come over here. Yeah. But I will link her Instagram because occasionally she does post on Instagram.
Yeah, I try to do some things, but
okay. All right, let's get into. We're at the bottom of the list. Let's get into your last one. Then I will get into
last one. Okay, guys. So the whole idea about this whole thing is what can a dupe do for you?
That's what it's called.
This is Carnal Gray from Dua.
Okay, okay.
This is the inspired fragrance for BDK's Gris Charnel.
Ooh, talk about it,
So,
sugar.
yes. So why? So here's something that I did smell when I went to the scent bar in New York City.
Yeah,
I've had decants of BDK. I've had a lot of BDKs, which I actually do like the line.
yeah, very nice
This is
house.
the one that speaks to me the most.
Yes, it
But
does.
when I got to smell the real thing at Scent Bar NYC, so I come back and I got the Do It Dupe, and I was like, this is beautiful. Wore it a few times and I was like, yeah, yeah, this is where this helps make the informed decision for the real thing.
Man,
So
killer.
informed decisions, planned executions, and when you fall in love with something and it's like, okay, but now I can say, yes, I want to pull the trigger
Yeah,
on this thing. And this was the whole premise of our content and the discussion with,
yes,
tonight was how this can help lead to this
yes,
and get you what you need for your scent collection. I
yes.
probably would have been very happy with this. And I still am. In fact, it'll help prolong the fragrance. Maybe if I just want to run around and smell good. But this is such a beautiful fragrance that it transports me. It makes me take a pause. When a fragrance makes you stop and gives you that moment of quiet reflection, or maybe it triggers a scent memory. There's something that, even if it makes even just smelling it makes my hair stand up on my arms. There's something in this that brings that goose pimple or that quiet moment. And that's when wow, okay, is this where I want to invest my money? Do I want to pull the trigger on this? And for me, this was an absolute yes. This is a pure love for all things perfumery. And that's not to say that the little $20 oils don't have value. They do. What I place value in is this informed decision. I love the way this smells. I want this in my collection. I enjoy wearing it as much as I enjoy other things, but this just takes it to the next level. There's beautiful sophistication. It's like a masterful painting. The brush strokes are there. There's even a hair from the brush. The intensity of the original creation and the artistry takes you down that journey, kind of like looking at a beautiful painting, like a Vermeer or something. I just came back from Amsterdam seeing my son so I could talk about these fun things. But the the beauty of it is I went through the journey and I went through the steps to make that decision. Like, hey, I'm gonna get this because this really is truly a beautiful fragrance. And
Yeah.
it just fills my heart with joy just to
Yes,
smell it on the cap. I mean,
man.
that gives
The
me life. It
Gris
just gorgeous.
Charnel is special.
It is
I
special.
had the
It is
pleasure of
special, yes.
smelling I had the privilege of smelling the original before I blind bought the Extrait. And I smelled the original and I was blown away on a live stream. I smelled the original and everybody was telling me, hey D, for your vibe, for your taste, you might want to look into the Extrait. And I believe it was Jason. Jason sent me a couple of weeks. It was Black Friday weekend. And I said, you know what? I'm going to roll with the Smell Good family. I think they kind of know me a little bit by now with my
Mhm.
taste. So when I got the Extrait in, I said, oh my God, were they right? But you
Yeah.
can't go wrong with the Extrait or the original. So for Christmas, my wife loved the original so much. That was one of her gifts. I got her the original. So we have both in my house. So I have the Extrait and she has the original. And to talk about Heather's clone, I know there's another one out there from Fragrance World that a lot of people talk about as well. But I think,
Fragrance
and that
World, I
goes,
might get it. Yeah.
yeah, Joel, what's that fragrance again? Put it in the chat so Miss Heather can see the one from Fragrance World. But this ties into what this whole stream is about.
Mhm.
The scent DNA of Grease Charnel. The scent DNA of Grease Charnel is in the original, in the extrait, in the dual clone, and in the clone that Joel is getting ready to let Miss Heather know about. Like, the DNA is powerful. It is a special. And if it can be done right, hey, go ahead and do what it is that you got to do for you. Clone version, real version, it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what no one else thinks. It just matters about what you think. And Grease Charnel is just one of those ones. And I agree with you, Heather.
Yeah.
The DNA itself is just spectacular. It is a spectacular scent, and I need to do a better job of knowing who these perfumers are who create these DNAs, because they got to have a special place in heaven. Have a
Yeah.
special place in heaven for sure. Joel dropped. Oh, it's Fragrance World Franique. That's what it's called, Miss Heather. I'll look forward to seeing you the link.
Yeah, I might actually just get one, just because, like, again, it's sometimes it's, you know, as you like, maybe this chat kind of figures out, we like to make those comparisons. We're like, oh, but this one's even better than that one. The little differences.
Great combo for sure. All right.
Yeah.
All right, man. So we at the 134 mark. We still got 77 rocking strong in the chat. Thank you guys for rocking with us. We have one more clone to discuss. And this is my latest clone. Well, one of my latest clones that I have. Now, for a while, Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. It's been a fragrance that at first I didn't understand. I didn't like. When I first really started getting into challenging my nose, it was something I just kind of put behind me. Well, as time went on, I discovered my nose just really, really now loves that DNA. So I was watching a video one day about Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. I was fully invested. I said, I'm going to get me a bottle. And then I seen a lot of chatter about a clone. A lot of chatter about a clone. And I said, what about this clone? And everyone who had discussed this particular clone had so many great things to say, including that they would never have to get a full bottle of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. Now, when I hear that, especially from people who I trust in the community, that raised my eyebrow. So what did I do? I spent my $35.99 on this clone of Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, and I will never, ever own a bottle of Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille unless it is gifted to me. That is the only way I'll own it. And this is why. From the House of Paris Corner, from the Pandora Sense lines, we have Charuto's Tobacco Vanille. Charuto's Tobacco Vanille. My goodness. This is one in the DNA that I like this a little bit better because it's a little bit more spicier. That tobacco is very present. The vanilla is very present, the woodsy, but the spices in this are really amped up. And I love spices. So the tobacco is very wet and earthy and has a sweetness to it. But the extra spices in here from the cardamom and what the vanilla does, I am just blown away. The first time I wore this, I was doing some Christmas shopping. As a matter of fact, I saw Miss Heather in a run-in at Marshall's. And I had this on. So it was the first time I wore this. So I went in my Target. I was out and doing some shopping. And I was getting my kids and my godkids and everybody ready for Christmas. And I'm walking through Target. I'm looking for this one particular thing for my son. He's really into Bluey, my 2-year-old Cade. And a woman walked by me and her husband. And the husband stopped me. He stopped me. And he said, "Excuse me, sir." And I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "What is that you are wearing?" He said, "I've never smelled nothing like that in my life. Come here, honey," talking to his wife. Brings her over and asked me, I had on a denim jacket over a hoodie. He asked me to fan my jacket in his wife's face. Now, this is one of the wildest compliment stories ever. So I'm doing this. I'm all in. I'm like, my goodness. I'm over here like, what's going on? So he asked me what it was, and I told him. I said, it's called Charuto Tobacco Vanille. He said, "Oh, I got that. I know about that Tom Ford." And I told him, I said, "No, sir." I said, "No, sir. It's not Tom Ford. It's an inspired by clone version of it." And I said, "It's a lot cheaper." This man made me. I'm in the middle of Target. This man made me link the product to his phone and said that he needed to get that. So not only am I already in awe, I'm already in awe, but now somebody in passing just simply had a connection with the DNA. But me providing the information that it was a clone instead of the Tom Ford, that's where the conversation began. So I don't know if the gentleman ever got this fragrance. I don't know if he ever wore the fragrance. I'm not sure. But for me personally, I'll never own a bottle of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille because of Charuto's Tobacco Vanille by Paris Corner. This is a stellar, high quality fragrance for $40.
Oh my God.
And in the cold air, are you kidding?
Yeah.
In the cold, are you kidding? It's
Where
just
is
going to
it?
work. So this is my final clone from Paris Corner, from the Pandora Sense line. We have Charuto's Tobacco Vanille. Yes.
I almost put it on the list.
Okay.
I almost put it because I was almost put it on the list. Look how much I got left.
Look how that juice is dark.
I've had this for a long time.
Yes, you have.
This is the alley. I almost had that on the list. I was like, oh, I should do the Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. Yeah, I burnt that bottle down.
And it's a beautiful scent. It's a beautiful scent.
Yes. And women don't be shy.
It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone for sure. Terrence says, wear what you like. Absolutely. Michael King, I agree with the scent DNA. Okay. Perfumes and coffee. As a woman, I was so worried about wearing tobacco fragrances. So I bought a clone by Paris Corner. Best thing I ever did, because I now I'm hooked. It suits my body, suits my body chemistry. Won't be scared to try. And that's what it's about, perfumes and coffee. Like what you just, Miss Heather is a oud girl. She loves oud. She loves smoky scents. My sister Shoshana loves ouds, loves smoky scents. And to me, if a woman has enough confidence within herself and she can peel away from the floral, citrus, vanilla type of just, what you probably would have smelled. A traditional scent. The further that they are pulled away from that, the more sexier they become, in my opinion. Could you imagine walking up to a woman, they smell like ooh for greatness? I'm talking about half us in the chat will probably fall out. Like it's just certain different lanes to confidence. And if you feel that tobaccos and ouds and incense and things like that are arglewood attractive to you, then by all means keep doing your thing, because society has told us male versus female. But the more we travel day to day, like Miss Heather said, especially with Queen of Silk, that hey, that gender line is becoming less and less and less with these fragrances. In my opinion, every fragrance that me and Miss Heather talked about tonight, either a woman or a man could wear it. Either one or man could wear it easily, for sure. All right.
Baccarat Rouge 540. Everybody sound off. Who claims that? Is that a man's fragrance or a woman's fragrance? This is a perfect prime example of breaking down these barriers. If it smells good on you, please carry on. Don't let people tell you can't smell good.
Absolutely. Don't let them do that, for sure. Montrese, what's up, big dog? What's up, my guy? I got to shout you out for sure, my guy. Ashton says all fragrances are unisex. Try everything to see what compliments you best. You might be surprised. Well said. Yep. All fragrances should be treated like unisex. Today, I got a brand new fragrance in from Spinks. It's called Mango Habibi Storm. It's a mango fragrance with white florals and leather. It comes off to most would say, oh, that might be a little bit feminine. No, sir. It is a beautiful mango, white floral, leathery style of a scent. It is gorgeous. It is a gorgeous scent that I am going to be trying to empty the bottle this spring and summer. Like that's what I'm going to try to do. Like I have floral. I love white florals. Jasmine, neroli. Like depends on a version of like tuberose. Like I love white florals. So
Tom Ford uses a lot of tuberose. So the guys
and
who
jasmine,
who are already there. Yes. I know you like them.
That's I do. So Shauna says me and he tried frag at the same time. It smelled. Oh yeah, we smelled Fragrance Du Bois Orange Oud. So on my sister,
oh yes, that's so good.
so on my
Oh, that's
sister's
good.
skin, on my sister's skin, it smelled totally different than it did on my skin. And we were confused. We were confused, but that's the skin chemistry thing that
Yes.
Perfume and Coffees was saying. Like the skin chemistry thing is real. And we're going to do me and Heather probably get together, do a whole nother topic on skin chemistry and performance when it comes to fragrances, because that's another touchy subject that is out there in the community for sure. All right. We had a great time tonight. We had a great time.
We gotta let these people go home and move on with their night. We kept the meeting all. Look at, we're almost 2 hours in.
Hey, this is great. This is what it's about. People they missed you. They want to see you. Yep. Steven says all mind games are marketed unisex, and yes, mind games is really like that. Okay. Let's see. Kale says I rock one for Banana Republic. Oh yeah, I got it. Pomegranate joint is very floral. Love it. It is beautiful. The Pond Habit in the red bottle, Kale. I got that one. It is fantastic for sure. Jared says the Bishop says 540 is one of those fragrance icons. Yes, it is. Hate or love it. It's quite literally helped shape the fragrance world market. Yes, that and Credaventus.
I would agree with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Baby Love says smelled nice on you. Talking about the one I just spoke of. Well on your hand. Can't wait to smell that out. Yeah, I'm gonna wear it out. Don't worry, you're gonna smell it pronto. Bracken, ombre leather is one of my favorite floral fragrances. Okay, the EDP really pops with that note. Yes, with the EDP with that jasmine in there, for sure. Supremacy incense. Heather knows about that. By Avalon, really good one. Yeah, that's another Oud for Glory, Oud for Greatness clone.
Yeah, I wore that whole decant. That's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, like that one was like the first one to go. Like
really good. It is really good. Okay. Well, we had a great time. Steven showing Heather some love, saying, hey, Heather, for sure.
Yeah, that's my buddy.
Joel says that Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille clone, Twist Al Haramain, Amber Oud Tobacco Edition, my opinion, is more masculine. I feel you. How many, Miss Heather, how many sprays? I guess that's how many sprays you normally do, I'm guessing.
Okay, this is my top, really fast, quick, we'll wrap it up. If you have a lighter fragrance, you can spray as much as you want with impunity. Like if it's a citrusy, freshy, aquatic, oceany, whatever, spray, because it's going to probably dissipate. If you've got heavy, woody scents, ouds, ambers, resinous stuff, do proceed with caution. 4 sprays. If you want your fragrance to last forever, put it on your clothes. Then your clothes are going to smell for a long time. But yeah, no, and know your fragrance and do a little wear test. Like, because some brands do it better than others. So, like, if you're spraying a spice bomb, okay, I'm not shading spice bomb, but we're going to use them as an example here, class. If you're spraying spice bombs and you put 4 spice bomb sprays on, you're going to kill everybody around you in a radius. You're gonna have dead bodies all around because they're gonna be like, oh my God. You know, the spice bomb is a bomb. It comes in a hand grenade. That's a warning sign that you only need 2 sprays. If you can't figure that out, Lord help us in the Smell Good family, because you're like, some things don't need to be sprayed that much. Okay,
they definitely don't.
That's one of them.
Yes. Appreciate that. Rick D, I love Killer Oud Jubilant. Has anyone tried it? I have not, Rick. I have not, but thank you for joining us, man. Thank you for joining us. All right, y'all, we get ready to catch out. We had a great time tonight. Glad that Miss Heather was able to come back to us. It has been such a long time. We went, a good while tonight, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. If you're watching on the replay, hit that thumbs up. We had an amazing crowd tonight. Thank you, guys. Shout out to all my moderators. I seen some clown stuff going on in the chat. Y'all handled it. I handled the last punk that was in the chat. But you guys were on top of it tonight. So shout out to all my moderators showing that love. So y'all enjoy y'all Friday. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. Thank y'all for joining in. I don't think I'll go live on Saturday. I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm gonna just kind of chill out and get ready going live. I was on Ross live last night for about 2 hours. Then I had my live last night for about 2 hours. And then here we are tonight for about 2 hours. So I don't do the lives every night. I don't do the lives every night. But, you know, when we get a chance to do them at least once a week, that's what we're going to do, preferably Thursdays at 7 o'clock. You'll see me here live unless it's a special occasion like tonight where me and Miss Heather's schedules work perfectly. And that's why we are here on this Friday night. So if anyone's looking to show Miss Heather some love, I will put her Instagram information in the description box. Go ahead and follow her on Instagram when she posts a lot of fragrance content, and holler at Miss Heather over there on Instagram. And as always, we plan on having Miss Heather at least once a month and bring her on for sure. So until next time, y'all be cool, y'all be safe, y'all take care of yourselves, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Heather, anything before we get up out of here?
It's good to be back.
It is.
Good to be back. It's good to be back, guys. Thanks for staying so long.
Yeah, all good. And we'll have her back sometime in March, and we'll holler at y'all. So, of course, splack it up, splack it down, splack that thing all around. And remember, what you put out into this world is exactly what you are going to get back. Check out today's video. We drop videos every Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m. on the channel. Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. We drop brand new videos. Thank y'all for the support. We're closing in on 13,000 subscribers. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see the channel grow so organically, and it's a lot of happiness and joy and fun wrapped around the channel, and that's all because of you guys. So appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Have a great weekend. Peace. Don't be surprised if I do show up tomorrow night. That means I have absolutely nothing to do, but we'll see. Next time, y'all. Be cool.